Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Busch Gardens. It's been a while since I've been here. I just did a coaster video over at SeaWorld, so I thought I'd come over to the sister park over here in Tampa at Busch Gardens and also do a very similar comparison. We're going to use the same judging criteria I used on the last video for this one. So we're going to be judging these on 4 different criteria: theme, speed and ride comfort, enjoyability, and re-rideability. And then we're going to rate them from worst to first. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Iron Guazi, formerly called Guazi, is a steel-tracked hybrid roller coaster. Great Coasters International built Guazi. It was a wooden dueling roller coaster with 2 separate tracks. Guazi opened on June 18, 1999 and received pretty positive reviews. Due to maintenance issues and rising costs, the coaster was closed in 2015. In 2019, however, Busch announced the replacement as Iron Guazi. The park hired Rocky Mountain Construction to retrofit the original wooden structure's layout. Iron Guazi opened to the public on March 11, 2022. The refurbished ride was marketed and opened as North America's tallest, steepest, and fastest hybrid roller coaster, featuring a height of 206 feet, a maximum speed of 76 miles per hour, and a track length of 4,075 feet. So for Iron Guazi, this is a coaster I really enjoy. I am a big fan. It's an RMC. It is fast. It is smooth. It's just a real thrill to ride. So for this one, I'm going to give it a 3 for theme, just because with Busch Gardens and SeaWorld, the theme is just not really their thing. They don't have that Disney level theming or that Universal level theming. For speed and ride comfort, we're going to give this one a 5 because it is so fast. It's just so good. For enjoyability, I'm giving it a 4. That's a personal thing. I just really enjoy it. And for re-rideability, I'm giving it a 5 because every time I'm back at Busch Gardens, I'm getting back on this coaster. So that brings us to a grand total of Iron Guazi of 17. Shikra is a steel dive coaster designed by B&M. Shikra reaches a maximum speed of 70 miles per hour and has a total track length of 3,188 feet. It first opened on May 21, 2005 and was converted to a floorless coaster on June 16, 2007. Once the train reaches the top of the 200-foot hill, it turns right into a holding brake where it slowly moves over the first drop, stops for about 4 seconds, and then descends the 90-degree drop. The train enters a 145-foot Immelman loop before making a banked upward 3.5 G left turn into a mid-course brake run. The train slows down and descends a second 90-degree drop into an underground tunnel, afterwards making a right overbank turn, leading to a splashdown that sprays 2 60-foot lines of water into the air. Shikra is a dive coaster. It's a lot of fun. I love the way that it's almost stadium seating, and then there's like, I don't remember how, there's like 10 people across. It just makes for a different riding experience, especially if you're on the ends because you're way off the side of the track. Again, with this one, I'm giving it a 2 for theming because quite honestly, I don't really even know what the theme is. Speed and ride comfort, I'm going to give this one a 3. It's just not the fastest, speediest ride out there, but it's fun. I really like it. Enjoyability, I'm giving it a 5, and that's what I'm talking about. I really like this coaster, even though it may not check all those boxes and may not come up with a perfect score. Re-rideability, I'm giving it a 4 because, again, I'm going to try and ride this one almost every single time I'm there. That's going to give Shikra a total score of 14 out of 20. Kumba is a steel roller coaster manufactured by B&M. The ride opened in 1993. It stands 143 feet tall and has a top speed of 60 miles per hour. Kumba features a total of 7 inversions across the 3-minute ride. The ride officially opened April 21st, 1993. It features the world's tallest vertical loop, It was also the tallest, fastest, and longest coaster in Florida. It features 7 inversions, including a 114-foot tall vertical loop, a dive loop, a zero-G roll, a Cobra roll, and 2 interlocking corkscrews. To me, Kumba is what I refer to as a neck breaker, meaning it's fast and it's full of technical elements, and it really just a feast for the senses. This is another ride not for the faint of heart, but if you're the type of person who loves being tossed and flipped, then this is the ride for you. Kumba is one of those rides that I feel compelled to ride because it's a classic, not because it's my favorite coaster. For theme, I'm giving this one a 2 again. Speed and ride comfort, I'm giving this one a 3. It's got the over-the-shoulder ride restraints, not the greatest, not something I love. Enjoyability, I'm giving it a 3. It makes me a little queasy. It's got 7 inversions. It's a little gut-wrenching. Re-rideability, we're going to give this one a 3. Again, not something I need to ride every single time, but I do enjoy it enough that I will re-ride it. You know, maybe not every trip, but every other trip for sure. That's going to give Kumba a total score of 11 out of 20. Cheetah Hunt's a steel launch coaster manufactured by Intamin Rides. Opened on May 27, 2011, alongside a cheetah exhibit called Cheetah Run. Cheetah Hunt features 3 LSM launches and a single inversion. The coaster reaches a height of 102 feet with a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour and a total track length of 4,429 feet. Cheetah Hunt's a near perfect coaster in my opinion. It manages to pack in all the things I love: theme, speed, elements. It's got an up high section, it's got a section that's right off the ground, and I end up smiling bigger when I'm getting off the ride than I did when I get on. And that to me is the sign of a good coaster. Cheetah Hunt is my favorite coaster in Busch Gardens, and it's one of probably 3 or 4 favorites in Florida. For theme, I'm going to give this one a 4, and I'm giving this one a 4 because of the theme of the area. Speed and ride comfort, I'm giving this one a 5. It's great in every way. Enjoyability is a 5. Re-rideability is a 5. That means that Cheetah Hunt's going to have a score of 19 out of 20. Cobras Curse is a steel spinning roller coaster, opened in 2016. It was manufactured by Mach Rides and features an elevator-style lift. The coaster has a track length of 2,100 feet. Upon reaching the top of the roller coaster's 70-foot tall elevator lift, the train turns to the left and banks outward, taking riders close to the 80-foot tall statue of King Venomous before continuing along the course. The train descends the 70-foot drop, reaching a maximum speed of 40 miles per hour. From there, the train descends another bank drop, causing the individual cars to spin freely. This is a fun, quirky, family spinning coaster. It's not a thrill lover's paradise, but if you love unique elements and theming, then this is a really fun ride. So Cobras Curse is a family spinning coaster. Theme is a 4 because they actually spent some time in this queue to develop a story. It's got like a pre-show. It's got snakes and cages in the queue. It's pretty well done. Speed and ride comfort, we're gonna give this a 3. It's just kind of average on those fronts. Enjoyability and re-rideability, also both are gonna be 3s. It's fun. It's okay. So that's going to give Cobras Curse a total of 13 out of 20. Montu is an inverted roller coaster designed by Swiss manufacturer B&M. When the ride opened in May of 1996, it was the world's tallest and fastest inverted roller coaster. The 3,983 foot long Montu stands 150 feet tall and has a drop of 128 feet, with a top speed of 60 miles per hour. The ride features 7 inversions, including 2 vertical loops, an Immelman loop, a 0G roll, a bat wing, and a corkscrew. This is the most intense coaster at Busch Gardens. This is for riders who know that an intense ride is what they're seeking. For those who might get like queasy or don't do well with upside downs, this is a coaster you want to avoid. Montu, it's a dizzying coaster. It is a great coaster. If you love high intense, this is your coaster. For theme, I'm giving it a 2. Again, not much theme, not a lot to talk about there. Speed and ride comfort, I'm giving this one a 4. The speed is there. Comfort, not so much. It's shoulder restraints. So we're going to give that one a 4. Enjoyability, I'm giving it a 3. Only because it's a little nauseating because it is so intense. And then re-rideability, we're going to give this one a 4 because even though it's really intense, I feel compelled to go back and ride it a lot. So Montu is going to get a total of 13 out of 20. Tigress is a steel launch coaster. It opened April 19th of 2019. Manufactured by Premier Rides, the coaster is one of 10 Skyrocket 2 models built. The coaster reaches a maximum height of 150 feet with a maximum speed of 62 miles per hour. And has a total track length of 863 feet, although riders traverse 1,800 feet of track. So this is one of my favorites at the park because that second launch to that station is just incredible. Tigress is really interesting because when you look at Tigress, you just don't think much of it. It looks like it should only last, 30 seconds, but it is a complete ride. For theme, 2. For speed and ride comfort, I'm going to give this one a 3. It's got the comfort collars, which are not the most comfortable ride restraints. Enjoyability is a 4. I do enjoy the ride itself, even though it's not the most comfortable. And then re-rideability is a 3. Not compelled to ride it every time, but definitely want to ride as often as I can. That one's going to give Tigress a total of 12 out of 20. Scorpion is a steel roller coaster opened May of 1980. It was the second roller coaster in the park. Scorpion is one of 3 Silver Arrow models produced by Anton Schwarzkopf, being the only one supported on a permanent structure. This is a classic. It's very rough. It might make a good ride for younger enthusiasts looking to build up their coaster cred, but as a serious roller coaster person, this is just an old rickety coaster, and I will probably not ride very often. So I don't have a whole lot to say about Scorpion. Scorpion is a really old coaster. It's pretty basic. I've only ridden it twice, and I probably, unless I'm with somebody who wants to ride it, probably won't ride it. I gave this one 1s across the board. That's going to give Scorpion a total score of 4 out of 20. I do want to mention also that there is a new coaster being constructed right now called Phoenix Rising, and I'm just going to read you what it says. Experience the fiery blaze of immersive, family-friendly excitement as you soar above the Serengeti Plain and drop into fun-filled twists and turns on this new Phoenix Rising. Inspired by legend, the suspended roller coaster in vibrant Pantopia is packed with surprises and speeds up to 44 miles per hour. So I would expect this to be either late summer or early fall. So we'll have to get back and talk about Phoenix Rising once it's up and running. I wanted to talk about a couple of other attractions that aren't roller coasters. So we're going to call these honorable mentions. The first is Serengeti Flyer. Serengeti Flyer is a giant swing ride. So you've seen these in other amusement parks, or you may have ridden one. This one is notable because it is the world's tallest and fastest, reaching speeds of 68 miles per hour with a maximum height of 135 feet at the ride's peak. It is just so intense. It's so much fun. When you're facing down towards the ground, you're facing straight down, and then when you're on the upswing side, you're flat on your back just looking up at the sky. It's an amazing ride, and I hope you get a chance to ride it because it's well worth it. The other honorable mention is Falcons Fury. Now, Falcons Fury was closed for a long time and is now back open, but it is a 300-foot drop tower that drops you at a 90-degree pivot to the ground. So once you rise up the tower, your seat tilts forwards 90 degrees, and then you drop face first, and it is a thrill. It is so much fun. It is terrifying. If you're afraid of heights, if you're afraid of falling, it's one of those rides that not everybody can do. Only one person I've ever taken to Busch Gardens has ridden it with me. Everybody else has chickened out. If you get a chance, Falcons Fury, amazing, amazing ride. So if you're playing along at home, that brings us to our final tally. So coming in at number 8 is Scorpion with a 4. Number 7 is Kumba. Kumba came in with an 11. Number 6 is Tigress with a 12. Number 5, Montu with a 13. Tied with Montu is Cobras Curse, also with a 13, which brings us to our top 3. Coming in at that number 3 spot is Shikra with a 14. Number 2 is Guazi with a 17, and then the top spot goes to Cheetah Hunt with a 19. 19 is a pretty good score. So Cheetah Hunt is the clear winner in my opinion, and is the best coaster at Busch Gardens. Well, there you have it. Those are my best coasters at Busch Gardens. I hope that if you're here on vacation, that one of these days you leave enough time in your schedule to take that short drive down to Tampa to go to Busch Gardens. It's a great addition to all the theme parks here in Central Florida. I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all our new subscribers and welcome to the Lost in a Wonderland family. That, along with all of our current subscribers, we try and bring you all kinds of fun content, all Central Florida theme park, restaurants, and then all sorts of other attractions. Please be sure to share the video, like, subscribe. Most of all, I hope that you get something out of it, and I hope you keep coming back. Jennifer and I are very proud of this channel, and we try and bring you things that we find interesting. Thank you guys as always for coming along with us. If never lost, then never found. So go get lost.